I was adopted. Yeah, it's no secret. I just don't remember it. I was only about 3 weeks old. Hadn't even had a chance to overthink a single thing yet. And that is a phase that did not last. God was already writing my story. Honestly, my adopted family is the only family that I've ever really known. If you've ever been adopted or just felt like you were kind of the odd one out, you know that there's moments of, who am I really? Do I even belong here? Yep, I had those often. There were things that actually balanced those moments out. People used to genuinely be surprised that I was adopted because I kind of looked like my dad's side of the family. Another instance would be just in general, my older brother. That man, when we were kids, he pestered me relentlessly. Drove me absolutely nuts for the better part of my life. He still does sometimes, which is amazing. But honestly, that boy was doing me a service. And I say that because there's nothing that says you are fully, completely part of this family like your sibling making you completely miserable most days. And just to let you know, that is not bullying. That is belonging. But there is this one moment in time that really did seal it for me. And it happened when I was like, I think about 14. I was sick or something, and my mom took me to the doctor. And it was just routine. And then they handed her that intake paperwork. You know the paperwork, the medical history form included. It's like 4 pages front and back, tiny type, no spaces, that form. And my mama, bless her heart, she's just completely all in. Paper is on a clipboard, pen in hand. She's ready to go, right? So she was a woman on a mission. She's just thinking out loud. Maternal grandparents, diabetes, no. Anemia, no. Heart disease, well, daddy's daddy had something wrong with his heart, but I don't really remember what it was. I guess I better mark that just in case. And she's writing, making notes, section by section, just meticulous, and making notes. And I'm just kind of sitting there on that crinkly paper on the table, watching all of this fold, and I'm sitting here thinking, ma'am? I couldn't understand what she was doing. Finally, I just looked at her completely deadpan. And I said, Mama, I was adopted. Y'all, she goes, just starts marking through every single word she had written. My mama, who could talk the paint off a wall, she just was quiet. Just as she completely marked through every little word that she had written, every note, every mark she had checked. She just scratched out that whole page pretty much. And then she just simply wrote at the very top one word, adopted. And that's when it hit me. And sometimes the quiet moments hit the hardest, don't they? And there was something in me at that moment that just kind of, I don't know, it settled. She had forgotten. She genuinely forgot that I was adopted. It was not because she was losing it, although I'm sure she was, that's probably questionable because, I was a teenager at the time. So nothing to do with her emotional or mental capabilities at the moment. It was just a matter of fact. I was just hers. There was no asterisk. There was no fine print. I was just completely and totally, no questions asked, hers. That's exactly how God sees us. In Romans 8:15, it says that we didn't receive a spirit that makes us fearful slaves. We received God's spirit when he adopted us as his own children. His own children. It's not a technicality. It's not a footnote. His. And he's not up there squinting at some heavenly intake form going, let me check the original paperwork on this one. No. The moment you said yes to Jesus, the moment you asked him to be the Lord of your life, the adoption was final. The paperwork was signed, and it was signed in his blood. So if you've been walking around with a question mark where your identity should be, feeling like maybe you don't quite fit in, you don't feel like you belong, like you're still waiting to be claimed, know this: you were chosen, you were wanted, you were created on purpose for a purpose. And the moment you gave your life to Christ, you became His, fully, permanently, no asterisk, His. You're His, full stop. Abide in that.